In the intricate emotional architecture of this concluding episode of The Runaways, the narrative shifts from Anne Romano's anxious apartment to a seedy hotel room in Kokomo, where the young runaways Julie and Chuck are struggling with the harsh realities of their impulsive decision. This transition is handled with the deft touch that characterizes the best 1970s sitcom writing, moving seamlessly from one form of tension to another while maintaining the episode's core focus on family bonds under pressure. The phone call that Julie makes to her younger sister Barbara stands as one of the most pivotal and revealing sequences in the entire arc, illuminating both the fragility of teenage rebellion and the surprising strength of sibling loyalty. The scene opens in the rundown Empire Hotel, where Julie and Chuck are clearly out of their depth. Their conversation is laced with bickering born of exhaustion and hunger. Chuck has just given blood for a meager $5, while Julie has spent some of their remaining money on a creeping Charlie plant, a small act of normalcy that sparks a minor argument. These details are brilliantly chosen. They humanize the teenagers, showing that beneath the grand romantic gesture of running away lies the mundane reality of empty pockets, stolen possessions, and frayed nerves. When Julie decides to call her sister Barbara, Chuck is skeptical, fearing it will lead their parents straight to them. Yet Julie's insistence that she can trust her sister reveals a deep-seated need for connection, even as she tries to assert her independence. What follows is a telephone conversation, masterfully crafted to expose multiple layers of character and conflict. Barbara, initially overjoyed to hear from her sister, quickly shifts into a protective and pragmatic mode that proves crucial to the story's resolution. When Julie tries to downplay their situation and asks only for her bank book, some money and clothes, Barbara refuses to play along. She knows the truth about the stolen van and the police involvement, and she confronts Julie with loving but firm honesty. The dialogue here sparkles with authenticity. Barbara's line, "She doesn't know whether you're dead or alive," cuts through Julie's attempts at secrecy and underscores the profound worry that has consumed their mother. This moment beautifully illustrates Barbara's role as the emotional bridge in the family. No longer just the wisecracking little sister, she emerges as a voice of reason and moral clarity, forcing Julie to confront the consequences of her actions. The negotiation over the address is particularly compelling. Julie resists giving the Empire Hotel location in Kokomo, fearing her mother will force her return, while Barbara stands her ground with remarkable maturity for her age. She offers help only on the condition that Anne brings it personally, refusing to enable further deception. This sibling exchange highlights one of the episode's central themes, the complex interplay between independence and dependence. Julie wants to prove she can build a beautiful new life with Chuck, yet she still reaches out for financial and emotional support from home. Barbara, caught between loyalty to her sister and concern for her mother, navigates this tension with a mixture of sarcasm, love, and determination that makes her one of the most endearing characters in the series. From a historical perspective, this phone call resonates deeply with 1970s audience experiences. In an era before cell phones and instant communication, long-distance calls carried weight and urgency. The 3-minute time limit mentioned in the conversation adds a layer of pressure that feels both realistic and dramatically effective. The writers use this constraint to heighten the emotional stakes, allowing the dialogue to move rapidly from affection to confrontation to reluctant compromise. When Julie finally reveals the hotel name, it marks a turning point not just in the plot but in her character development. It is an admission, however, grudging, that she cannot completely sever ties with her family. The contrast between the sisters is drawn with sharp yet affectionate precision. Julie, at 17, embodies the restless spirit of youth rebellion, common in the post-1960s period. She romanticizes her relationship with Chuck and their escape, yet the script subtly reveals her insecurity through her defensive responses and the small comforts she clings to, like the houseplant. Barbara, younger but often wiser in practical matters, represents the grounded perspective that many younger siblings provide in chaotic families. Her sharp wit, evident when she calls Julie out on her lies and insists on involving their mother, prevents the episode from descending into pure melodrama. Instead, it maintains the show's signature balance of heart and humor. This sequence also deepens our understanding of Anne's off-screen presence. Even though she is not on the call, her influence looms large. Barbara's insistence on telling her mother reflects the deep bond between Anne and her daughters, despite the current conflict. The mention of Anne having slept for the first time in over 4 days humanizes the single mother's struggle and makes the audience root even more strongly for reconciliation. Through Barbara's eyes, we see the toll Julie's disappearance has taken on the entire household, including Schneider's tireless efforts on the CB radio. The phone call serves as a masterful narrative pivot. It bridges the runaway adventure with the impending confrontation in Kokomo while simultaneously exploring themes of trust, responsibility, and the difficulty of growing up. The writers demonstrate profound insight into family dynamics by showing how love persists even through anger and disappointment. Julie's final plea to Barbara combined with her reluctant disclosure of the hotel location carries both vulnerability and hope. It suggests that no matter how far she runs, the pull of home remains strong. In terms of performance and writing, this scene exemplifies the strengths of One Day at a Time. The dialogue feels natural and lived in, avoiding both preachiness and cheap sentimentality. The timing of the revelations, the interruptions, and the emotional shifts create a rhythm that keeps viewers engaged while delivering meaningful character development. Barbara's crucial role in this episode cannot be overstated. She acts as both mediator and catalyst, pushing the story toward its emotional resolution while providing moments of levity that prevent the heavier themes from becoming overwhelming. As the call ends and the scene returns to the dingy hotel room, the audience is left with a richer appreciation of the family's interconnectedness. Julie's outreach, though born of necessity, reaffirms the enduring power of familial bonds even in the face of rebellion. This sequence stands as a testament to the show's ability to tackle serious issues of teenage autonomy and parental concern with sensitivity, humor, and unflinching honesty, making it one of the most memorable moments in this landmark 1970s sitcom.